My name is TJ Silyan from BSED major in English, and we are about to perform the instructional way of teaching, which we will able to use the Assure model teaching, which provides a systematic approach to designing lessons to ensure that instructional materials focus on achievement and specific learning and outcomes. And are you ready? Okay, let's go. Okay, a very good morning to you all, my dear students. Okay, thank you for the response. And for today's discussions, we will about to discuss the literary devices used in the story of Romeo and Juliet. And before we proceed to the lesson for today, let us first discover whether you have any idea regarding the lesson. Alright, here we go. Are you familiar with the famous author William Shakespeare? Okay, do you have any idea of his famous writings and his masterpiece? Okay, and from the portrait I will show to you, this is William Shakespeare, a famous writer known for the famous romantic tragedy story entitled Romeo and Juliet. Okay, this is the portrait of Romeo and Juliet. And we will about to discuss the literary devices used in the story, which is the literary devices are the techniques that writers use to create a special effect or feeling in their writing, which is it has a form in different writings. They can help to convey meaning, create more compelling stories and characters. Okay, let's proceed to the first literary devices, the repetition. The repetition is just a simple repetition of words within a sentence or a poetical line, with no particular placement of the words, which is the words are repeated from itself from the story. For example, today as never before, the fates of men are so intimately linked. Okay, let's proceed again. Let's proceed to the next literary devices. Rhyme. A rhyme, a scheme, is the practice of rhyming words placed at the end of the lines, which is the same words or the same letters used at the end of the words or at the end of the lines of the story, which is, for example, roses are red, violets are blue, beautiful they all may be, but I love you, which is roses are red uses the rhyming words A, violets are blue, B, and beautiful all they may be, which is they use A, but I love you, and the next they use B from the and is letter B, which is the rhyming words used. And next, the literary devices is metaphors. Metaphors are one of the most extensively used by way of comparing something possess similar characteristics, which is conveying same characteristic. For example, a heart of stone and the apple of my eye. Is that one of the example of metaphors? And next is simile, are one of the most commonly used literary devices, referring comparison between two unrelated and dissimilar things, people, beings, places, and concepts, which is they are different from metaphor, which because similes use the word like, and like, for example, the word "he is like a mouse in front of the teacher. Parting is such a sweet sorrow," which is the metaphor didn't use a like word. For the similes, they use the like words, which is they are able to differentiate to compare, to identify the comparison, which is their similarities. And next is oxymoron. It's an interesting literary device because it helps to perceive a deeper level of truth and explore different layers of semantics in writing. For example, sometimes we cherish things a little value. He possessed a cold fire in his eyes. Okay. Next is foreshadowing. Refers to the use of indicative words, phrase, and hints that set up the stage for a story to unfold and give the reader to hint of something that is going to happen, which is something going to happen, or the truth, or the okay, for example, let's proceed. He had no idea of the disastrous chain of events to follow, which is it conveying the future. Okay, that's ends of the discussions with regards to the literary devices used in the story of Romeo and Juliet. I hope you gather a knowledge, some knowledge from what I have discussed, and we will about to proceed to another lesson. Okay, good day class, and thank you for participating for this lesson for today.